Hey everyone, welcome back to the Soundbyte. My name is Andrew, and today we're going to be jumping back into some Lovebites here with a track called Raise Some Hell, live from No More Tragedy. So I'm guessing it was a live release. This is going to be the first time reaction for this particular track, and I'm actually checking this track out because I want to do a drum cam video with Haruna, and one of the tracks that she's doing from this video that I want to check out contains a song called Raise Some Hell. So it was suggested to me to actually check out or get familiar with some of the songs first before jumping down into the this particular drum cam video. So that's what I've decided to do, and also just gives me an opportunity to check out more Lovebites, because obviously there's quite a few songs that I have not checked out yet, so I'm kind of going through it bit by bit, you know. So I'm very keen to check this one out. Raise Some Hell from Lovebites, and Happy New Year as well, by the way. It's going to be a fantastic year, I think, for the channel and for everyone involved. I think it's going to be some really cool stuff that's coming our way this year. I'm going to be obviously doing, like I announced late last year after I finally hit the first 1,000 subscribers, then I'm going to be doing a podcast for the channel, hence why the channel is actually called Soundbyte Media and Podcast. And sort of jumping back into the media world, like I said before in previous videos, I used to be in the media where I was interviewing, you know, a lot of bands and artists. Had been doing this for a number of years now, you know. So, but last 3 years I sort of walked away from it. I kind of got burnt out and was not really feeling a lot of music out there anymore, and I was kind of just bored by a lot of the stuff, and I was, like I said, just burnt out in general, you know. So I decided to get back into it this year for 2026. So stay tuned very soon for all the interviews going to be coming your way in podcast format, and there will be videos, but not all the interviews will be in video. The podcast will be still kind of working that out at the moment, as far as like whether I should do just a video of that entirely or just audio only. But I don't know. Podcast initially started out as just audio, so just keep that in mind as well. But anyway, for let's get into this for now. Anyway, Lovebites, Raise Some Hell. Oh, that's a good view there. The camera on the other guitar. Oh yeah, you can see the camera on the guitar there. Les Paul. Look how high Haruna is up on the drum stage there. Huge. That's a cool main riff there. I like it. They always come up with some really cool riffs. It's one of one of the many things really that I like about the band, you know. But that riff is really yeah, it's just cool. It's fun stuff to listen to. Yeah, the band sounding great as always. It looks like they're playing on a fairly complex stage here, so I don't know if I've actually checked out anything from this particular show before. I've never noticed like how high Haruna was up on the stage there on the drums, and then like the sort of complexities of the stage and the platform and stuff. Yes, I think this might be the first time that I've seen this particular show. So it looks pretty recent by the looks of it. It only released late last year, or early last year, I should say. Yeah, it's got that really cool riff that's driving the song. It changes all the time with this band for me. Like sometimes the drums is kind of the focal point, other times it's the guitars. So it's just kind of just switches, which is really cool. I mean, it's why I love this type of music, because of the instrumentation is really kind of what I listen to first and foremost, and it's fun to listen to, really. Wow, really close to the crowd there. That's right on the floor. You're really getting in amongst the crowd here. Wow. It does show you though, if you were to go to like a concert like this in say like Australia or in the US or whatever, you couldn't really get in a show that magnitude, that big. You couldn't really do that because like the crowd is kind of just so obsessed with like getting as close as possible to the artist. And here there's a sort of a level of respect. There's like that line that like you can see on the floor there, that the people just kind of stay. It's one of the things that I have noticed about Japanese culture is they're very respectful of like the rules and the sort of etiquette and things like that. I know myself, I have never been over there, but a few of my friends have, and they've all mentioned the same thing as well. Like it's just a different kind of world as far as like the disciplinary sort of ideas behind, like I said, the rules and etiquettes and things like that. So you couldn't get away with, like, if you went to an AC/DC concert like in Australia, you couldn't do that. Like Angus could not do that, you know what I mean? So I mean, maybe to some degree he could be, like, he'd just be mobbed by the fans, so but it's just really cool that they're actually able to do that, because yeah, I mean, just how the crowd sort of like has that space for the band there to sort of walk through and do their stuff. The fact that you can actually do that as well, because obviously now guitars and stuff are all wireless and things like that, I mean, you couldn't have done that way back in the day, because you'd be dragging that cord along with you everywhere, and who knows what would happen with the cord if you were to drag it around that far, She looks kind of very futuristic with her outfit there. Like, it's got like that sort of like Jetsons kind of like look, very futuristic. Like, Haruna's got her own stage. She also has a fantastic, I'll just go back a little bit there. She has a fantastic view of the crowd there, which is, yeah, look at that. Like right at the top there, that's very cool. Because a lot of times the drummers are kind of at the very back and they're kind of like hidden behind everyone else. And a lot of times they just can't see like, you know, everyone out there. So the fact that she's got such a high elevation there, she can see the entire crowd and the crowd gets to see her as well, you know. So the drummers definitely get a lot of... they get overlooked a little bit as far as like their placement on the stage there, you know, because it's all about the vocalist and the guitars there at the front. They can kind of move around and stuff, and the drummer's kind of just stuck there, you know. That's why there are some drummers out there like your Lars Ulrichs and stuff who they're a bit of a showman, and they sort of like to run around in between songs and stuff like that, because they otherwise are for the most part hidden, you know, especially if you're in the crowd and you're at the back. You can't really see the drummer from, you know, back there for the most part, you know. So the fact that Haruna there has got like a basically her own stage is very, very cool. And in all honesty, she's got her own show going on there anyway, you know. Like I've mentioned it before, she's a fantastic drummer. So and her performance here is great as always. Fantastic as always. There's Lovebites there with Raise Some Hell. Official live video from No More Tragedy, which I'm just trying to find if there's any information about this. Yeah, from a DVD, No More Tragedy. Filmed in 2024, okay. So it was fairly recently. So yeah, there you go. That's very cool. I love the riffs in that song. Obviously the drums was fantastic. The vocal, like everything was just, you know, great as always. You know, Lovebites is just one of those bands that kind of just kills it every single time. Haven't heard a bad song yet. Haven't seen a bad performance yet. You know, so it's just very consistent and just ticks all the right boxes as far as like, you know, that heavy metal sound that people love, you know. So anyway, thank you for tuning in as always, and please subscribe if you haven't. Thank you to all those who have subscribed and really kind of like led me down this Lovebites rabbit hole, and been fun to check out all this great music. And yeah, 2025 was a fantastic year, and I discovered so many great bands like Lovebites. So thank you to everyone who's been making all these great suggestions on bands that I need to check out. And obviously this year is going to be more of the same sort of stuff, you know, discovering more bands, kind of really doing a deep dive into the bands that I've recently discovered as well. And hopefully at some point, you know, with the podcast that I'm going to be doing now for this year, I'll get an opportunity to talk to some of these bands that I've been discovering for the first time, you know. So we'll see how we go. Usually I'm pretty well connected as far as like, you know, getting in touch with like bands and stuff like that. The way the media sort of side things work, most of the time I don't have to reach out to bands. Normally their publicists will reach out to me, and I'll sort of like, we'll set something up through that. And they're usually bands who are like on tour or promoting a album release or something like that. They will normally be on these press junkets essentially, where they just talk to numerous journalists and media outlets and stuff like that, you know. So I'll be on those lists for sure, but some bands like Lovebites might not be on my radar, or at least on my contacts list, you know. So I might have to reach out to their team and see if we can set something up. But I don't know, I guess there might be some language stuff maybe. I don't know how good their English is, so I'd have to sort of look into that as well. But if there is an opportunity to talk to anyone that is able to talk to me at all, I will definitely do it, you know. So anyway, we'll see how we go. It's going to be a fantastic year, I believe. This is going to be I don't know, it's going to be a whole new sort of thing for me as far as like the this channel, you know. So kind of really sort of doing a deep dive into how YouTube works and stuff like that. So so that's why, I mean, it means the world to me that everyone's been out there supporting this channel and giving me all this sort of great avenues to check out some music and stuff. So anyway, let's make it a big year, you know. Let's go and do it, you know. So anyway, thanks as always, and I will see you in the next video.